Up to senior U.S. official confirming Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called President Trump last Monday, telling him Iran's supreme leader and his top advisors would be meeting in Tehran on Saturday and would be vulnerable to a single strike.
How important was that information in the president making the decision to strike where and when he did?
I think it was important with respect to the timeline, but I think the president, prior to that phone call, had a good feeling that the Iranian regime was going to strike the United States assets and our personnel in the region.
On Thursday, the U.S. team negotiating with Iran told the president that in their view, a real deal on Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs would be impossible to reach. On Friday, the president ordered the strikes to begin. Democrats on Capitol Hill have been pushing back, trying to block Trump's ability to fight the war without congressional approval. Republicans defeating that effort overnight, while tensions have been rising. This man protesting the war arrested by Capitol Police yesterday. Republican Senator Tim Sheehy joining the effort to remove the man, who says he is a veteran. While NBC News polling shows a majority of voters disapprove of the president's handling of the situation in Iran, Republicans and the White House staying the course.
Does the president believe the country supports the actions that he's taken so far in Iran?
I think he does. This is a rogue terrorist regime.
As the 6 American service members killed by an Iranian drone in Kuwait are mourned among the fallen. 20-year-old Sergeant Declan Cody's uncle, remembering him as exceptionally bright.
Started remembering him. There was just something beautiful about him, something amazing, something very intelligent about him.
And again, that was Garrett Hake reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast, and we've got, again, warm temperatures around eastern North Carolina. A little bit of cloud cover, though, today. Let's take a look at what we've got outside right now in New Bern along the News River. 70-degree air temperature comes with a west-southwesterly breeze at 13 miles an hour. Those winds, again, are going to be active today. Not going to be seeing, again, the wind gusts around 20-30 miles an hour per se, but we could certainly, again, get a bit breezy this afternoon, and that will actually help carry air temperatures into possibly the low 80s coming up this afternoon. Right now we're in the upper 60s to low 70s compared to where we were yesterday at this time. Everyone, again, other than Beaufort, is showing a warmer temperature what we experienced 24 hours ago. Temperature rise right now generally ranging around 2 to really around 6 degrees. Winds out of the southwest, again, will continue to carry those air temperatures higher and higher, but it's also bringing humidity higher and higher. This will eventually lead to heavier rain showers later on this weekend, but for the rest of this week, we are looking dry and warm. Upper 70s for this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. We'll call partly to mostly sunny skies. There could be, again, a thin layer of clouds that remains stubborn over the east. It's not going to be enough that where you're going to say, oh, it's a cloudy, dreary day. No, the sunshine should be able to, again, blast through those thin clouds, but do want to at least let you know that they will be present. 73 degrees by 6 turns to 69 by 9, 67 by 11, and then we are waking up tomorrow morning in the low 60s, turning to the mid 60s by 9, low 70s by 11, mid 70s by lunchtime. And again, tomorrow, another warm day, potentially getting up to 80 degrees. Normal for this time of year is right around the low 60s. So seeing the low 80s and the upper 70s on the screen is abnormal, to say the least. But here's kind of a breakdown of what we have got. We can see we've got cloud cover stretching from New York back towards St. Louis and then down towards Dallas. That stretch of clouds is a frontal system, and we are in the warm sector of that system. There again, you can see the amount of green on your screen covering the southeastern United States. That is humidity. And as you can see, some of the brown, cooler, dry air tries to work its way towards eastern North Carolina. Not going to be able to actually make its way in to eastern North Carolina because those fronts stay north of the area. There again could be a chance of some rain showers showing up later on this weekend as that front you're seeing further back towards the west slowly again tries to drift its way down over eastern North Carolina. But similar to what we've seen, what we will have seen with the previous fronts, it's actually going to be shifting more horizontally as it gets closer to eastern North Carolina. And that limits its severe weather potential and its ability to force colder air into the region. So while we will see air temperatures cool from 80 degrees on Saturday to 77 on Sunday, 76 on Monday, that's not a huge temperature drop considering our average highs for this time of year are in, again, the low 60s, which ironically will mark your overnight lows for most of next week before we get into the mid 60s by Wednesday night into Thursday evening. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.